7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, another bad thing, I forgot to turn the mute off. Welcome to True Crime with Marv, where justice matters. Today, we are going live while the memorial walk for the Flora 4 Angels takes place. I have given this link out to all of the all the creators that are there. So they'll be jumping in and out. If anybody shows live action at the walk today, I will show it. So just wanted everybody who couldn't be there today to congregate in one place and remember these 4 precious girls that were lost. How is everybody doing? Okay, so Randy must have put this message here earlier. I see you all there. So he must be talking to all the creators. Just Deb says justice for Flora. Exactly. Deb's True Crime Notebook says, glad the sun is shining today for the walk. I am too. It'll be a little bit warmer with that sun out there. Yes, Boston, this is why we're here today. Kiera, Kiana, Cariel, and Kiani. So, welcome everybody. Today we are streaming on YouTube, the True Crime with Marv Facebook group page, and on X. Trying something a little bit different today. So as more people come in, welcome. So I am a true crime enthusiast, and I love to bring awareness to these cases. And this is one case that needs a lot of work and a lot of attention brought to it. So if you're near Flora, Indiana today, they have started the walk. And I am just going to bring Discord up here in case I get any messages. So you might hear some beeping. Sorry about that if you do. Hello, Chopper Harris. How are you? And I am just bringing up I'm going to bring up some other stuff here on YouTube in case anybody goes live. I've been given permission to show it. So there's 2 ways that we can get that. And hoping somebody does. They're just getting started, so I'm sure it's going to be a little bit before we see anything from anyone, but so we are here today in support of the Flora 4 girls that were murdered in an arson fire in Flora, Indiana. When did this happen? The fire broke out in the early Monday morning. And the girls were all between the ages of 4 and 12. So the fire happened at about 3:40 a.m. Monday morning. And we all know this was devastating. Hi, Olivia, too. Thanks for popping in and out. Okay, so what I'm reading here is that the Flora police officers entered the house about 3:40 a.m. Monday, but couldn't reach the children. There were more firefighters that came a few minutes later, and they were able to go in to the second story of the house and remove the girls from their bedroom. They did try to revive them, but they were unable to do so. So we've all heard about this story from many channels. And today we just want to remember these girls. Their story has not received a lot of public media attention. It's basically the YouTube creators that have been keeping this story alive. Meow, Coach Kev, Jinx, Bossy, Indie Archive, Frosty. Those are the creators that this is their case. And so everything that they're doing is to bring awareness to this, because it doesn't seem like anything is being done when it comes to this case as far as law enforcement. We've heard it referenced a couple of times via the Delphi case, but otherwise you don't hear anything from law enforcement on this case. And we know that the house was recently taken down. I've got mixed feelings on that, because if something does happen legally and there is a trial for the unaliving of these 4 girls, that house is now gone. So that's where I'm having trouble with that. So if we look back at this case, we know that Josh Yoder was one of the first to respond. We've seen the footage now that is out there of his video cam on his car, what he did to try to help get those girls out. It's tough. It's so tough to think about what Galen and her daughters went through that night. I'm sure it's still very vivid in Galen's memory. So we've got, here we go. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me on that?
I can. Thank you so much.
Good. Okay, so I'm just giving you a little jump start on everything. Everybody's finally getting here and we're getting organized, getting ready to go. So I just wanted to give you a peep at some of the beautiful people that are here.
Awesome.
Hey guys, can you wave for me real quick? Waving my phone. Say hi.
Oh, that's a good turnout so far.
Yep. Really good turnout. See some familiar faces.
Yes.
Lovely, lovely people. There's Randy over there. We got Mark McAlee. here. Thomas Cross.
I can tell that's Mark because he's so tall.
Right? Snays over there, Laura. We got Peanut, and then we got Kathy. So we're getting ready to start on the walk, and I will get another link up to you real soon. Okay?
Okay, so where exactly are you guys walking today?
We are walking down past the house, of course, and just kind of around town. We're gonna hang up some bows and stuff and some ribbons, and then we're gonna walk by the house, and then we're gonna end at the bench. That's where we're planning.
At the bench. Okay.
So, but
So
yeah,
just so
it's
you know,
really
awesome.
so far. I'm pumped with all these awesome people.
Awesome.
So I'm not. There's probably going to be a few people who go at the bench, and I did share the link, so I got you covered.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. And like I said, there will be more updates coming, and we will definitely have some actual creators instead of just this face up there.
That's all right. However we get the footage and can be a part of it, we're Mark. Give that man a big hug for me, please.
Fella showing up to support Flora too.
Yep.
Say go Team Tabby right there, baby.
Amen.
You are amazing, sir. You are amazing. You are at all of these events, and I love you to death.
Thank you. More than glad to be here.
Mwah.
We'll see you guys soon.
All right.
God bless.
God bless. Bye. Oh my goodness. It just warms my heart. Looks like there's a pretty good start to a gathering. So I'm so happy for that. And like I said, if you guys don't know that gentleman that just appeared in with Jinx, that is Mark Tate. He is the father of Tabitha Shuck Rains, and we are profiling her story here. That man goes to every event, whether it's for Tabitha, Flora, now Delphi. He goes to so many events, and I just appreciate it. He is a member of a club that nobody wants to be a part of, and he truly supports these other families. So, so happy to see him there. So happy. So what is everybody's thoughts? So they said they're gonna put out some ribbons. And looks like the town's gonna be painted purple in some way, have a lot of purple in it. And they're gonna end up at the bench with the 4 girls' names on it, along with Abby and Libby. So wow, amazing. I can't wait to see more footage. I'm glad she dropped in. And we'll get more. Can't wait. So we know that the house fire was arson, but nobody has been charged with this. There's secrecy going on in this case also. They won't release the 911 tapes. They haven't released any information at all, although the creators have gotten their hands on documents. Meow and Coach Kev have been showing those documents, talking about what was found during the fire, and really giving the true facts out that they know because they have documents on it. So we believe the fire started on the first floor. So this house was kind of weird. It was, if I remember correctly, it was a duplex, Galen and the girls had one side of it. Another individual had the other side of it. And it was 2 stories. And the fire started on the bottom floor and got worse. By the time Galen woke up and found it, she got out. The girls, however, were trapped upstairs and did not get out. And we had 2 officers that originally went in to try to pull the girls out, and that was Yoder and Dissinger. Well, they didn't have the right equipment and got themselves in trouble as far as couldn't breathe, couldn't make it upstairs to pull the girls out. So then we eventually had other firefighters that came in, went in the house, had the right equipment, and were able to go and pull the girls out. But it had been too late. They had inhaled too much smoke and did pass away. Galen spent some time in the hospital. Yoder spent some time in the hospital due to injuries that he received. We're just kind of going through what we know. We know that in the beginning, people said that it wasn't arson, but then after other people looked at the documents, they said it was. We also know that a lot of people that are involved with this case in law enforcement and the fire department, surrounding agencies, have not retired, quit their jobs because of this. Yes, the smoke was, well, we all know that smoke rises, and it does not take a lot for you to not be able to breathe. So it just takes minutes, unfortunately. And since they couldn't get to those girls within those couple of minutes, the smoke overtook them, and unfortunately, they passed away. They had their whole lives ahead of them. 4 beautiful girls, happy, healthy. And you would think, why would anybody ever intentionally set a fire when people could lose their lives? But it happens every day. It happens every day. It's awful. A fire starting on accident without any intention is bad enough. But when you find out that another human being set that fire and took another human life, that makes it even worse. So it's just a shame. And this has been going on as long as the Delphi case. And the community, as much as the family, is still looking for answers. Why did this happen? Who did it? Why is nothing being done by law enforcement? They say they're still investigating it, but they don't give us updates on that case, on the Flora 4 case. They don't tell us anything, so we don't really know what is being done by law enforcement on this case. Oh, their mom's there. So that's what they were waiting for. Good. I'm glad she's there today. I'm glad that Galen is surrounded by great members of this community to do this walk. Oh, their aunt. Okay. Their aunt's here. Okay. Doesn't matter. The family's being represented. We know Galen lives outside of Indiana now. But I'm glad that the family can come and join some of the best members of this community to bring awareness to this case. Absolutely needs to be done. We need more media coverage from the news agencies that are in that area. Why aren't they covering it? Why aren't they demanding answers like they are on other cases? Well, if they're not going to do it, we will. So I am just looking here to see if anybody else is live. And besides the main media and all that, I'm not seeing anything. But like they said, they're going to pop in and show us what's happening. So going back to this case. And I'm just trying to find what article I was on. So police in the beginning said that they have looked at people of interest. Who those people are, we don't know. Why those people were brought to law enforcement's attention, we don't know. Because they've never, ever taken anybody into custody for this case. We've had candlelight vigils for Kiana, Kiera, Cariel, and Kiani. We're having our first ever memorial walk, thanks to Randy Gravitt. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Randy has become a pivotal part of the community. He's done these walks for Delphi for 4 or 5 years now. We're getting the first walk for Flora. Next October, I'd like to incorporate a walk along with a vigil for Tabitha. And I know he'll come and do that for us. He's wonderful for doing this, and we all appreciate it. He's a staple in this community, and he cares about what happens to these cases. So I guess my question to you in the audience is, why do you think law enforcement is holding back the 911 tapes? We finally got Yoder's cam video. That was finally released. But why are they fighting so hard to keep the 911 tapes from the public? Anybody in chat have any idea? What are your thoughts on that? So we know that the investigation was ruled an arson. the unaliving of these 4 beautiful girls is considered a homicide because somebody intentionally set that fire. There was a lot of information that went out that wasn't correct in the beginning, and law enforcement and officials had to go and backtrack and provide the correct information. Hello there, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Could someone or something recorded on that call point to a person of interest? That's the only thing I could think of, Deb, too, is because there's got to be a voice or something on that recording that shows who was there and could be a suspect. But why not release the other parts of it? You're welcome, Jody. Thank you so much for being here. Why not? So if there's specific things that they don't want us to hear because it could jeopardize the investigation, why not just play the other parts? Why not give that out instead of hiding all of it? Spam. We won't be answering that call. The tapes are evidence against one person. Okay, but like I said, if they think that, why not release the other parts of the tape? They've cut things out of videos and audios all the time. Why not release the other parts? My son passes by this house a lot, says it's sad to see it. Well, I can't see it now because they tore it down. And like I said earlier, I have mixed emotions about that. Why? Why was it so important for them to tear it down? Yes, it's been 6 years. I get it. But they kept the Parkside School building all this time in case there was a trial, which there was, and those jurors did walk through that school. They've kept other buildings for the same purpose. So what is their reasoning for not releasing the tapes and for tearing down this house before there was any kind of justice? Wondering if it's someone high up as they paid to keep this quiet. Interesting. If someone could find cases where the 911 call is evidence, it might shed light on these tapes. True. I guess we'd have to do a little digging and see why 911 calls wouldn't be released to the public until trial. I'm sure we could research that online. So going back to the house that day, law enforcement said that accelerants, now accelerants is something that can cause a flame, a fire, to be set, were found in several parts of the home. That was untrue. So before, when I said law enforcement had released information and made comments and everything that they had to retract, that was one of them. The Indiana State Police confirmed they found accelerants in only one part of the home, meaning the fire only started in one spot. Racist language? Possibly. Possibly. But we've heard racist language before. We hear it in the demonstrations and protests that go on across this country every year. Oh, I got a tickle in my throat. It's making my eyes water. So from what I understand, it was almost like an accelerant was taken, and so like let's say you're going to use lighter fluid. It's almost like they sprayed it down the middle of the house into the hallway so it would spread. That is my understanding of it. There's a reason why they're not releasing. I hope they don't turn up missing or damaged. I hope they've recorded those tapes and put in 3 different... Yes, exactly. At the back of it, right? I think it was more in the... It was more in the middle towards the back where the stairs went upstairs. Because if you remember correctly, they were focusing on the kitchen, which was more in like the middle of the house. If I remember, I'm trying to remember correctly, seeing the diagram that I saw a long time ago. If I remember correctly, the kitchen was more like in the middle towards the back of the house, along with the stairs to go upstairs. They kept my husband's motorcycle in Tipton County for almost 2 years in a drunk driving accident. Yeah. All right, I'm going to show you a picture here. So this is them starting their walk. This just was sent in by Mark. So they've got a fairly good group here. So I think they got about between 20-25 people there. And that's excellent for the first walk. That is awesome. And they're carrying purple and white balloons, and like Jinx said, they're going to be tying ribbons. So that's cool. Oh, I think you're right. And she couldn't get... Yes. Yes. Because a long time ago, I do have documents on this, and I was reading through them. And from what I understood is it's almost like it was sprayed down the middle of, and I don't want to say hallway, but the middle of rooms that adjoined each other. By the kitchen, by the back stairs. Because they said those flames were rising and getting bigger and then catching other areas of the house on fire. And that's why Galen couldn't get to the stairs. That was blocking her and the stairs from going to get the kids. And we know that even firefighters had a hard time getting up there. So much injustice for all over the state. Yes. Thank you, Mark, for the picture. We appreciate it. Who's holding the tapes exactly? Is it the prosecutor's office? I would assume the 911 center has to hold a copy of those tapes. I'm assuming the prosecutor's office has a copy of those tapes. And since ISP was involved in this case, I would imagine they would have a copy also. So just imagine what happened with this community on that day. They lose 4 precious little girls in a fire. It affects the family directly, the mother, any aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins are all affected immediately. Not only that, you have other children that it affects because all of these kids, most of these girls were of school age. So they were in school. So it affects all the kids that had interactions with these 4 beautiful girls on a daily basis. And that's why the town came together to support this family. And rightfully so. To kids, it doesn't matter your color. It doesn't. You're my friend. Adults are the ones that bring color into it. So I doubt that those will be leaked. This isn't like the other case. This stuff is kept locked tight. So at the time, the school, the Carroll Consolidated School Corporation Superintendent Keith Thackerley released a statement. In that statement, it says, "Our hearts go out to the family on the 1-year anniversary of this terrible tragedy. Over the past years, our student, staff, and community have grieved the loss of these 4 young girls and have expressed their love and sympathy in very personal ways. In memory of their classmates and friends, one of our Girl Scout troops initiated a memorial project this spring and dedicated 4 benches in our elementary school courtyard. Also, the high school art classes helped carve a stone bench that has been placed in downtown Flora in memory of these girls." So this tragedy has deeply affected our students, staff, and community. Our continued thoughts and prayers are with the family during this difficult time. So if you're ever wondering where that bench came from, it was created by some art classes. And that's something I didn't know until today after reading this. Let's see here. So I think at this time, if I can go back and find where I was looking all this stuff up at, I'm just going to check YouTube here and refresh and make sure that Frosty or nobody's gone live. Nope, just the major networks. Oh, yes, prayers. Prayers for everyone involved. Something like this doesn't just affect the family. Nothing that in our true crime community ever just affects the family. There are waves of people that it affect. And we got to remember that. Yes, the family is absolutely first people that we think of. But in this case, it affects not only the family, it affects the other children that knew these little girls. It affects anybody that would have helped the mother watch and care for these little girls. It affects the neighbors who saw these little girls outside playing, having fun, and then all of a sudden are gone. So let's see. Oh, okay. I'm going to show you my screen. So what this is a picture of is it looks like they just released the balloons for the girls on their walk. So in Jink's video and in the other picture, you saw that they were holding balloons. This was the balloon release for the girls. Absolutely beautiful. I wonder why ISP doesn't bring this case to the surface to get it solved. ISP is the only one of the very few out of all of the state police that I have seen that keeps things so closed to the public. They do. Why they feel that everything should be kept secret and held to their chest is beyond me. I don't understand it. And maybe, just maybe, that's one of the reasons why Indiana has the highest rates of unsolved missing persons and unsolved murder cases that is not solved. Their track record is awful when it comes to these cases. It's absolutely awful. All right. So here we have a picture where they are at the bench for the girls. You can see Randy here. Stories from the Stone. Jinx. It's hard to make out who else these individuals are, but this is a family member. I can see that. This must be their aunt. So that's awesome. And as you can see, they've got purple and white. I'm going to download this and blow it up so we can get a good view of it. Okay, so they have crosses there. 4 crosses for the girls with their memorial walk signs. So if you have never seen a picture of this bench, this is what it looks like. So, just beautiful. I love how our community is there. Our true crime community is showing the community of Flora that we're not forgetting. And that's what I love about it. It could be. It could very well be. Hi, CJK. Praying those girls get the justice they deserve. Exactly. Absolutely. All right. Thomas.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me all
Hey,
right?
how are you?
Good, good. This was an outstanding turnout. I don't know if I can turn my camera around on here. I've never...
It looks like there's quite a few people out there.
There is.
I think I counted about 25.
Yeah, I would say. Let me see if I can switch. Oh, here we go. I can switch it. Okay, yeah, here you go. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, this was a phenomenal turnout. There's Mark Tate, ladies and gentlemen. You guys remember him from the Tabby case? Thank you for coming, Mark. I greatly appreciate it. And then we got Randy. But yeah, great turnout for sure. Rick Snay and famous Peanut right there.
Aw, hey Rick, how you doing?
Marv says hello, Rick.
Hey, hello, how you doing?
Yeah. Looks like you guys have a great sunny day.
Are you on the live right now?
Oh, with Marv, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because Anthony was trying to have me.
Let me switch the... Oh, shoot. Yeah,
where's Greeno?
I have no idea.
He said he was live with you.
He was supposed to, but he never answered me. I sent him a link.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out. Hang on.
Well, he's going to get that figured out, but...
Yep. So let me ask Thomas, did anybody from the community higher-ups, mayor, anybody come to this?
No, it was actually kind of like when you got that truck going by, but they're pretty minimal, like not many people out. Yeah, it was kind of like a ghost town when we rolled in.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, it's a small, I didn't really think much of it, but I mean, I'm sure this might have something to do with it. I don't know, but yeah, no higher ups were here. Just us.
Just you.
Yeah, which this is the most people that have been here in a very, very long time, so. Oh, sweet. Thank you, dude. That's awesome. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna upload that. That's awesome. Yeah. Stories from the Stone got a picture of me with the memorial walk sign, and I'm in front of it with my angel wings on my back. So that'll be up soon. That's a really good shot.
Oh, Thomas, look who's dropping in. It's Anthony.
Hey, what's up?
Tell Rick I found him.
Rick. I don't know where he went. Oh, but I think he's coming in. He's getting the link right now.
He is. I just dropped Rick a link. I'm late today.
But why is this? I don't want it on my face. I want it on the crowd. There we go. But yeah, this is a great. I'll walk over and I'll show you guys what's left of the house real quick.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Yeah, Joe. What's up?
It's just right up here.
Thomas? Is Thomas Frost?
Is Joe there? Yes, sir. How's it going?
Is Joe there from Stories from the Stone?
Yeah, he is.
There.
Awesome.
But I'm walking. I'm going to break away from the crowd for a second. Because that's where the house was.
Oh, wow. Right there at the corner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Be quick about it. But yeah, no, whenever we came in, there was like nobody out. Like it was weird. And it's like a Sunday, like it's not even a weekday. So I was like, what the hell? But I don't know.
Weird.
This is my first time seeing it like this.
Yes, so now it's just an empty lot.
There are some cats that went back. They live we saw one of them. They ran up under that porch, but they were like hanging out down here. But yeah, that's what's left, man.
Wow.
Whoa.
yeah, I can't believe it took that long, but
You would think they would have taken all those bricks and big pieces of concrete out of there.
Yeah, they've just left it like that. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, I don't know. I guess it was done really quick, like less than a day, I think.
I'm sure.
And they just up and left it.
You know what,
But
man?
yeah,
I
this
would
is
have
really.
taken something from it.
Yeah, there's
Grabbed a stone or something.
Some people did. Some people did.
Wow.
I might on the way back out.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow. How many
gotta
people are
say
there,
thank
Thomas?
you.
What's that?
How many people are there?
I'd say like 25, maybe 30.
Yeah,
Wow.
between 25 and 30
That's
people.
way, like, I'm very, very, like, happy because, like, usually Flora doesn't get that much attention, but this is, like, the most people they've had here in years, so that's great.
Yeah, that's the most I've heard of.
We got Rick and Laura with the dogs coming up.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I'm going to send, I'll get Rick the link real quick. Rick, do you want to come on?
I was on this one that Greeno sent me, but I don't know.
Oh,
hold
Can
on.
somebody send Rick the link? Yeah.
He's going to send you the right one.
I sent him the wrong one.
Uh-oh.
Tell him I sent him the wrong one. Sorry. Tell him I'm sorry.
Wow, we appreciate all of you coming on here and sharing with the audience what is happening today so that we can be a part of it while we're further away.
Yeah, of course. I wish you could have made it, Marv and Greeno, but it's I was such short notice. I mean, so I get it. But this is a little like.
I'm glad that you came.
Yeah, for sure. It was. Yeah, this was an experience for sure. This is my first walk. I've never made the Delphi walks just because they happen to be on days that I work, but this is the first one I was able to make, so it's great.
They're
nice
wonderful and emotional all at the same time.
Yeah.
I think Rick's hopping in right now. I'll back up so I don't get
All
your
right.
audio.
There he is.
Hey, there I am.
There you are.
How's it going?
Welcome, Rick, from Delphi
What's
After
up,
the
Rick?
Dark.
Yeah, it's kind of noisy, so I can barely hear you.
Okay, we can hear you fine, Rick. Run us down on what you saw today.
Well, Laura and I got here about 1 o'clock, right around 1 o'clock, and there was quite a few people here. So, bye, Jackie. There were quite a few people here, and I met a lot of people that I have in my live streams and stuff. So that's kind of neat. But we walked from where we met down to where the house was, and it's gone, of course. And then we're here at the bench right now. They did a great job on cleaning the bench. Did they show you the bench there? Yeah, you can see it right there. Yeah, Frost was showing it to you. They did a great job on it. Looks great.
Wow. Man, that looks really cool.
But we couldn't ask for a better day, man. It's beautiful out here today.
That's what Deb's notebook said. She's glad it was sunny for you guys today.
Yeah, we brought the dogs out, and Peanut's been dragging me all over Flora. So.
Well, Flora is not that big.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you guys get a good picture out there.
Yeah. I mean, they're all excited, because they got all these new smells and everything. And there's a couple of new dogs around.
Aww.
Dogs wanting to see other dogs.
Yeah.
I got you. Hey, man, thanks for coming on, dude. I know you're busy. We just wanted to hear from you and kind of see what was going on.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right, bye, everybody.
Later,
Bye.
Rick.
Bye.
Wow.
Hey, that's pretty cool, Marv.
Yeah, so we gotta thank, Jinx came on earlier, Frosty jumped on, Rick came on, Mark Tate has been sending us pictures, so it's
Mark's
been
there?
awesome. Yes, Mark goes to all of these. He supports all the other families in the area. He's at Delphi Walks. He's at the Flora Walk. Absolutely.
Wow, that is good. You know what? That is a good man right there. He's a really good man. So for someone that was sitting there asking about Flora, they don't have a mayor in Flora.
Oh, they don't.
No. So what it is you have the council, you have a Flora Town Council. Okay, so the Flora Town Council is the executive body of the town, and Daryl Yoder is the president of that. So he's kind of like the mayor, but it's more like a city council type position. It's a town position.
That makes
so yeah, they don't have a mayor in that town, but they're only 10 minutes from Delphi. So you've been to Flora, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just right down the road. So someone said that in there, though. How come the mayor's not there? They don't have one. Okay. So I could understand that.
That makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
When did you go to the firehouse?
When did I?
Yeah, when did you?
2 trips ago? No. Yes, 2 trips ago to Indiana. I went to Flora and I took pictures of the house, and we drove through Flora and looked around. And I got to see how close the firehouse really was to the house. So I had to see it for myself.
Yeah, it's so when you look at like the town, it's so confusing because it's like, okay, they're only a block from the police station.
Yeah.
And the fire department.
It was confusing at first, and I'm like, where's this bench at? I had a hard time, and then I'm like, oh, there it is.
On the corner. Yeah, the bench is right there on the corner of the street, you know? So it's a really nice bench. And it doesn't just dedicate, the bench isn't just for the 4 girls in Flora. It actually has Liberty and Abigail's name on it too.
Yes, it does.
And it's got all 6 of them, and it's etched in stone. Brilliantly made.
Do you know who made it?
No, I don't know. I
just told the audience who made it because I was reading it in an article.
Okay, so I remember a guy made it and donated it. Who was it?
Several of the high school arts classes made that.
Really?
Yes.
That is awesome. You know what? There was also something. Hang on. Let's see. So they actually did something back in the day where it was on a news article, and I can't remember. But there it is. So they actually did some other stuff on there. So if you look up Girl Scouts dedicate first 2 bench projects to Flora and Delphi girls. There's a news article there. Now, I don't know if that's on YouTube or not. I know I found a video of it before. I'm going to see if I can find one real quick.
Okay.
And show everybody some other things that were made at the same time. So Flora Fire benches made.
I'm just going to go, while you're looking for that, I'm going to look through that bench is so cool. It's beautiful.
It is really cool. Let's see, you got a picture of it up close.
Okay, and Joe's going to send me some pictures after everything's over.
All right, that's so cool. Say, do it now, Joe.
Yeah, no, he's getting his pictures. So,
good deal.
They would have been asked questions they did not want to answer. Well, now we know that there is no mayor in Flora. It's only a city council. And did the city council know that this was going to happen? I don't know. You would think they would have heard about it.
Yeah. Yes, they would have known. You don't not know. You know what I mean?
Right.
Delphi, a lot of people know everybody. Flora, smaller than Delphi. It's really easy to know everybody.
This is a YouTube event, basically. There's a lot of the community that does not want their faces shown.
Yeah.
And won't be a part of it. So that is why we're seeing our community, our true crime YouTube community representing out there.
And you know what? Big props to Randy. For
Yes.
real. That
Yes,
guy.
I said.
Yeah, he is such a nice, loving, good-hearted man. Randy is probably one of the most loyal, best friends you could ever have, ever, ladies and gentlemen. That dude has never said a bad. He will not say bad things to you. Okay. If he ever says anything that he feels offends you, he will apologize. He will always be there for you. But he has been a voice for Delphi and Flora for 7 years.
Yes.
And he's done these things for 7 years.
Oh, here we go. They were getting everybody back there so that they could get a picture. That's nice. Cool. And now their aunt is there. That's their aunt right here.
Oh, yep. Okay, yeah. So yes, dude. Actually,
so the family was represented.
She has been a voice. That lady right there.
Yes.
I can't remember. Is her name Jacqueline?
Jackie, I don't remember.
I can't remember. So actually, I talked to her right there, right where they're standing at, just right behind where everybody is over there. I talked to her right there years ago. When the news was interviewing her, I actually was asking a couple questions to Jackie. That's right. Yep.
Jackie. Okay.
I thought so. Yeah. So they were asking her questions and I asked a couple questions, but man, it really got to me, when she was talking to the other guy, because she said, it's hard for me to come here because of that house that's behind me.
Right.
They died there, right. And then she said, and then it's like in that bench with, with their names on it. It's just, I don't want to be reminded of that,
it's
but they do,
reminder.
they don't.
Yes.
Yeah. And
when you're there in that area, it's a constant reminder. You can't get away from it.
No, especially when you've been driving by for 7 years and you just go, wow, look at that burn up house. I mean, right there, you couldn't miss it. Driving by it, every single person goes, what happened to that house? I mean, it was all charred and stuff. And it was just,
it was falling apart. It really was. It was getting bad. I agree. And for security purposes is probably why they tore it down. Even though I said earlier before you got here, was a little conflicted with that, because normally when you have cases like this, they do try to keep the house so that if the jury wants to go through it or visit it or whatever. But it probably was getting to be too much of a security risk of people trying to go in there and falling apart. So I understand it, but like I said, I just have mixed emotions about it.
Yeah. Let me
But for a first memorial walk, that is fantastic turnout.
For Randy's first one, that is a really good turnout. That's like that one that we did right there in Delphi that one day. Remember? In the cold. There was a lot of people there. I was so surprised that all those people showed up, and I'm really surprised in Flora. I did not expect that at all, everybody. You get bummed out when you think, man, no one's going to show up. I sent you a picture that I just got.
Okay.
That just came into me.
Oh, that's a good close-up. So right there is about where you can make out all the names.
Oh, yeah. Yep, and you can.
They said they cleaned the bench today. It's clean today. It's all white. So somebody went out there and cleaned it.
Someone pressure washed it.
Yeah.
You know what? I bet you someone in the community they knew this was going to go on.
You betcha they knew.
And you know what they did? They went out there and did that to be nice. Someone in the community did that, and I bet I know who it is. There's a man that's in charge. He watches YouTube videos. Okay, now I know this because he watched mine back in the day on Delphi when I had my studio right there in Flora, which is right across the street from where they're standing. That's where my Greeno production studio was. So there's a guy that goes around and he waters all the plants, he cleans up the sidewalks, and he's always doing stuff like that. Well, he's a little bit challenged. Okay, so he doesn't comprehend things as best as everybody does, but I bet you
because look at it,
it's
in pristine condition.
Yeah, all that's good. Who made those signs?
Jinx and them did.
That's awesome. See, you know what? They put that out there and someone cleaned that up.
Yep.
That's good. That looks real nice. That is really neat looking.
Yes. And I'll just go out and zoom out a little bit. So it's got the four purple and white crosses for the girls. And then the memorial walk signs.
Wow. That's pretty good. I see. So who all was there today? So Jinx is there. Is Deb there?
Jinx
no, Deb isn't there.
No, Jinx is there. Mark Tate is there. Mark, the other Mark is there. Laura and Rick, Frosty, Randy, the aunt, and there's other. Let me see if I can find that other picture.
Joe.
Joe's there. Here's the other picture.
Okay.
Of everybody that's there. So you've got Rick and Laura, Frosty, Mark. Not sure who these ladies are. This is the aunt.
Oh, that lady's her friend.
Okay.
I think that lady right there with the purple shirt, I think that's the aunt's friend.
Okay.
I think. I couldn't be sure, everybody. Is it Kathy Clendenning?
So yeah.
Okay.
And I said, the mainstream media doesn't want to keep this story going. So we as YouTubers are going to do it.
I'm making a documentary right now about this whole thing. I'm trying to have it up by the 21st.
Rescue All the Dogs is there too, yes.
Who's that? Rescue All the Dogs?
They're in our chats all the time. One of the subscribers. And
really?
then Mark, it starts with Mark's last name starts with an M. He's been to one of the latest. Here we go. Mark
Macaluso?
Yeah, he was at the Delphi walk this last one. I saw him there. Now he's at the Flora one. So he tries to go and support anytime he can.
That's really good.
Mommy Wolverine is there too.
I don't know who that is.
I have not met them her in person.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're there. I think the person in the black vest with purple sleeves or pink sleeves is Rescue All the Dogs. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So if we go back to the picture here, right here, this would be a subscriber of my channel and many other channels. And then this guy here is Mark M. He behind Frosty. He's another subscriber. So we got creators, subscribers, and event
community
planners.
members, it looks like.
Huh? And
some community members.
Yes.
I wonder if anybody's there that's not from YouTube, that's not from Facebook, that just came.
I'll have to ask Jinx.
I would love to know that. I would like to hear what she says about that. Is there anybody that just showed up because they happen to see a sign or know or hear about it and just go, that they're not involved in our community? Yeah. because I remember when we were doing the Delphi thing, all those people showed up, and I'm like, well, who are these people? You know, and then
Right.
I saw a video online of a lady that said, I just happened to go out there one day, and there was like all these people there. You know what I mean? And she's like, I didn't know what was going on. Like, but they were there. She was there for the same thing that we were, and that was honoring the girls. And so, like, to see the community members in Flora to do that, I will be really surprised, but really happy if they do.
And we had that same thing happen last year at the Delphi, where 2 women were there, just happened to be there, didn't know that there was a walk going on, and said, what's going on here? And we explained it, that we have a walk for the girls, and they're like, can we join? And we're like, absolutely.
Really?
So it happens every year. Somebody ends up joining us that didn't know about it, that just happens to be there.
All right, so there it is. I found it. All right. I'm going to download this real quick and show everybody.
So I just want to say real quick, Deb from Deb's True Crime Notebook is under the weather. Hope you're feeling better soon. Glad you could come and watch with us and at least see pictures and some of the coverage that we were able to get. I hope your pain gets better. I believe she's got a pinched nerve. And those are no fun.
And you know something? I think we should say this. Deb just recently hit 1,000 subscribers for her first time.
Woo-hoo!
Congratulations, Deb. I was watching live when that happened. Congratulations, Deb. That's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. Most people who ever start a YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, never hit 1,000. Yeah. Most people. That's 1,000. Okay, so it's hard to get past that. All right, Marv, I'm going to show something. So, ladies and gentlemen, not only was this this bench that we were looking at just a second ago made in honor of the girls, but that was only one of 6 benches made.
More than 2,200 pounds of caps. Just take a look at all of these bags here, each one weighing at least 50 to 60 pounds. I'm not even going to try to pick them up. And each small cap making a big imprint in the lives of people here in Carroll County.
I love it. It's amazing to see caps that just were trashed be melted down into such memories.
Special benches where children can talk and grieve over the loss of their dear friends. Keon, Cariel, Kiara, and Kiana.
I'm angry. They took 4 lives.
Their mother, Galen Rose, still reeling from a fire that killed her 4 girls back in November. A fire investigators believe was intentionally set. The girls between the ages of 5 and 11 made such a big impact on their peers at Carroll Elementary School that those students launched a campaign collecting thousands of plastic caps.
Everybody that donated just one little cap, thank you so much. It means so much to us.
To recycle into memory benches. A plaque for each girl, including 2 extra for children hurting in a neighboring community, Delphi. These benches were built in memory of Abby Williams and Libby German.
She was more than a sister to me. She was like a best friend.
Glenna Myers, a student at Carroll Elementary, losing both her classmates and half-sister, Libby.
I wish that my sister was alive, because then this wouldn't happen. And I wouldn't have cried the whole time. It just saddened me.
Abby and Libby's benches will go to Delphi Middle School, where a Girl Scout troop there plans to build a memorial rock garden. Both cases remain unsolved in Carroll County, but with huge efforts like this one, people are stepping up to show the families that they're not alone in their fight for justice.
I'm never going to stop fighting. I'm going to always fight for my babies.
Carroll Elementary School students collected so many caps that they have bags and bags of caps left over that they hope will go towards 3 to 5 more benches that they'll place around the school.
Isn't that cool?
Is awesome.
Yeah, so that reminded me of that. I remember when I was looking it up years ago, I was like, wow, man, I didn't know that they did that.
So did they actually take the caps and like melt them down and create the benches out
Yeah.
of the caps? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That is
Yeah, isn't that
awesome.
cool? They made that at the school. That's so cool. Yeah. So they had all caps from people. They melted it down, had a mold, had it made into molds and
Right.
stuff, and then just made these. And then said, you know what? We're going to do it not just for Flora, for the Delphi girls too. So it's like a lot of people have that Flora gets overshadowed, but there are people in the community that care.
So
about that.
Since Flora is so close to Delphi, I'm assuming, and Flora is so small, they didn't have their own schools. They were bused
Yes, they
to
do.
Delphi?
Yes, no, they do have a school. So
Oh, they
Flora
do have a
actually has
school.
one
Okay.
school, and it's called Carroll Consolidated. So Carroll Cougars is what they are.
Okay.
So yeah, it's right there, straight down the road from the firehouse. So like, if you go from Delphi, where they were standing right there, where that picture
Yeah.
was, actually this picture right here. So straight down that road behind them is the school on the right. Just
Okay.
as you exit town. I mean, you'd be through town in maybe 3 minutes, if that. The school's straight down on the right. And if you keep going that direction, you head towards where me and Michael Catt lived, Burlington.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so they do have a school. It's a country school, small.
Now, is that all grades or is that just like
it's a high school?
Elementary. Oh, it is a high school. Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's like a middle and high school, maybe.
I was going to say it would have to be all in one: elementary, middle school, high school.
Yeah, I think it's like it may be all in one. For sure it's a high school. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it's just one tiny little small thing. It's like kind of a little rivalry thing they got going on. Delphi versus Flora, football, basketball type deal.
Okay.
You got your two teams from the county. So Flora is a very small town, everybody. Very small town. It's smaller than Delphi. But it's in Carroll County. And it's a good, oh, there it is. So there's Jinx.
You're welcome, Jinx. Love you, girl. And thank everybody for Rick and Frosty and yourself. I thank you for coming on here, and for Mark Tate for sending me pictures. Joe's going to share pictures later, so thank you so much.
Yeah. And if there was any speeches given by the family members or anything like that today, Jinx, or anybody has any kind of recordings of that, we'd like to see that.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
We'd love to see that. Any footage you guys got that we can throw into this. I'm making a video on this to try to air it in a couple days. So I would love to be able to include the latest happenings. This is where we're at today, because it always seems like whenever you make a video on something else happens, and it's like,
right,
gosh, now I got to add that in because everyone in the world's going to be like, why didn't you include this?
Oh, Boston, it happens.
Wake up with a shoulder issue.
All I did one day was get in the car and go, and my whole neck went out.
It's called being old, people.
And I wasn't old at that time. I was young.
And my neck just went.
That happened. My neck and my back was whacked right before my wedding.
Yeah.
Right before my wedding. The day I got married, they had me cinched up so tight to try to walk down that aisle. Oh, yeah. And why do you think I had a bottle of champagne with me at all times afterwards? I stopped taking my pain meds so that I'd be with it and be able to say my vows and everything. Oh, yeah.
Marv on our wedding night.
Yeah. Oh, and then the family thought they were hysterical because the next morning we all stayed in the same hotel. I go down to get some juice and they're like yelling in my ear. And I'm like, I can hear. And they're like, yeah, but you're hungover. And I'm like, no, I don't get hangovers. Because at that time I didn't get hangovers.
Right.
And they were trying to make my headache worse. And I'm like, I don't have one. You're yelling for no reason. Go back to what you were doing. And they were like, you suck.
Yeah, maybe a pinched nerve.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So what's happening in this case? Are we even up to date on? I mean, I know the last thing was like 5 months ago.
Nothing's happening, Anthony. We don't get any information about this case. They don't talk about this case. Nothing.
So tomorrow is time to reach out to the state police for comment because it's the anniversary to the next day, and they're gonna do a comment. They're gonna have to. If they come out and just say we're not gonna talk to any of the media, it's shady. They at least need to say something. You know,
I agree.
Something. Hey, it's been 7 years. We're still working on this. Or I'd love it if they could tell the truth one time and just be like, look, everybody, man, we don't know. And we need some help.
Yeah. No, we're not talking about the Taco Bell runs.
Don't say that too loud. Okay, so I have 2 dogs here. One's name's Taco, one's name's Bella.
Oh my gosh.
So Carly's always saying Taco Bella. So if you say Taco and Bella at the same time, they'll come running.
All right. Food? I'm leaving this to you for a minute so I can go to the ladies' room.
Okay. I'll be here.
Alrighty.
Go do your thing. I'll pull it up with myself on the screen. There you go. What's up, everybody? I'm Anthony Greeno from True Crime Investigates on True Crime with Marv. And today we're talking about the Flora fire case. So I made a video yesterday, and it was not yesterday. I didn't make this video yesterday. So this video was made and edited when I wasn't very good at editing. Okay. And I didn't have a computer or anything like that to use. So the video quality, it's not that good. But I made this video and I found it on WKAT last night. I found it. And it was about Flora. And it gave me some of the old footage I had, some of the old articles and stuff, because I needed to see certain things. And I was like, man, I don't have the emails from Robert Ives. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to air this, and then this is going to be a kind of a milk or a watered down version of my Flora fire video that I am making. It's a documentary that I'm making. This video is not very long. It's like 10 minutes, but the one I'm airing is going to be over an hour. And it's going to try to go through all of this stuff, from those bottle caps that those girls were making to in the early morning hours of the case and everything else. But this is something I put together several years ago, actually. November 21st, 2016, in the quiet village of Flora, Carroll County, Indiana. A mother was awakened by the smell of smoke in the household. The house was ablaze. Rescue teams from around the county dispatched to the intersection of Division and Columbia. Their mission? To save 4 children still trapped in the inferno. The mother made several attempts to help her children escape, but the heat proved to be too much. Deputy Drew Yoder with the Carroll County Sheriff's Department arrived on scene and made a courageous entry into the home. He was injured in his heroic attempt. Officer Josh Dysinger was also injured during the incident. Their efforts fell short, and the lives of 4 young girls were taken. Police identified the victims as 11-year-old Kiana Davis, 9-year-old Kiara Phillips, 7-year-old Carrie-Elle McDonald, and 5-year-old Kiani Welsh. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office and the Indiana Department of Homeland Security State Fire Marshal's Office led the investigation.
Notable persons involved in this presentation:
Flora Fire Chief Adam Randall,
Carroll County Sheriff Tobe Lesenby,
Carroll County Prosecutor Robert Ives,
State Fire Marshal Dennis Randall,
Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter,
Jailer John Randall,
Arsonist
Michael Randall.
The day after the incident, State Fire Marshal Dennis Randall made a public release regarding his findings in the fire case.
There is no suspicion of foul play at this time. However, canine units were brought in to search for traces of accelerants, and none were found.
Dennis Randall deemed the cause to be of an accidental and circumstantial nature. Galen Rose and her children are African American. She later claimed that she believed that she may have fallen victim to a racially motivated hate crime, but was still in denial of any arson, and she was originally under the impression that it was something in the house that caused the fire. With persistence, the case caught the attention of a private investigator from Michigan. His findings revealed that the statements made by Mr. Randall were not correct and was based on speculation and not evidence. His report also uncovered a major flaw with Dennis Randall's report. Randall had previously stated that no accelerants were found. The other investigating agencies affirmed that there were accelerants found in several locations.
So why the inconsistencies in Mr. Randall's conclusion versus the PI from Michigan?
WTHR 13 out of Indianapolis uncovered emails sent to and from Dennis Randall to other officials telling Randall to wait before making an announcement. Randall issued a public press conference on his own accord without informing any other investigators assigned to the case. WTHR took those scathing emails to Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter. He then took charge of the investigation. Media outlets from around Indiana made several attempts to contact Randall, WKAT being one of those. When confronted with the allegations, Randall prematurely resigned from his post at the State Fire Marshal's office in June 2017. Here is a question many have asked.
Why would Dennis Randall quit his job after being accused of false reporting and making untrue statements?
With the media attention and one of the biggest investigations in the state of Indiana making public shame on Randall's contradictions, that caught the attention of WKAT.
I'm Michael Stroop.
And I'm Anthony Green.
With the lack of developments with the Delphi murders,
today we're shifting our focus to the Flora fires.
WKAT investigates
like no one else,
exposing corruption,
keeping it real,
and getting the answers you want to know.
This is the dark side of the Flora fire investigation.
With Randall's departure, WKAT investigative reporters reached out to the Carroll County prosecutor, Robert Ives, to ask him about statements he made to law enforcement not to talk to the media about the case. These are the emails.
Based upon a quick look around the internet, I assumed the person who called my office was Anthony Greeno. You wanted to know why the investigators on the Flora fire investigation would not comment about the case. To answer your question, generally, police officers do not comment on pending investigations. As a rule, I suggest to police officers that they should not. If you want to talk to Indiana State Police about what information they can release regarding a particular investigation in Carroll County, I suggest you contact Sergeant Kim Riley at the Lafayette State Police Post. Here is his contact information.
Yes, sir. This is Anthony Greeno. I just have some very serious concerns regarding this case and Mr. Randall's involvement. I find this man and his family very disconcerting, and I was reaching out to you in hopes for some answers to some questions that I have. I will prepare an email of my questions and get back with you. I understand your position and your inability to comment on some, but I certainly will ask. Thank you, Anthony Greeno.
If you want to talk to me, please call my office. It is unlikely I will have much to say about any investigation, but it is impossible to know without hearing the question. Thanks.
From the 21st of September to the 12th of November, Robert Ives and myself spoke several times on the telephone. November 12th, I reach out to Robert Ives again. Can I interview you for my YouTube channel? About your decision to step down? What's going to happen with a replacement? What's your most memorable experience with Carroll County? I can send pre-questions prior. If you'd like to do this, please let me know. I did an interview, very short, with the sheriff. Here's a link.
No, thank you.
So on November 12th is when I originally reached out to Ives for an interview for the YouTube channel. He responded with no thank you the same day. On November 13th, the very next day, Ives called me and stated that he would do the interview for my YouTube channel and that I could set that up anytime. We set that appointment for November 14th at 2 o'clock.
Greeno made a public announcement on November 13, 2017, that he was gathering individuals and holding a press conference in Delphi to announce some major corruption involved with the Flora fire case.
A friend of mine, who will remain anonymous, wrote this to me.
Push on. I think you're onto something. They are corrupt as they come. Like I said, they're corrupt, so watch your back, man. It wouldn't surprise me for them to retaliate against you.
Exactly. I am ready for them. A link to the public announcement is listed in the description below.
This was WKAT's first attempt to take a stand for the people and be the voice regardless of consequence. When we put the pressure on Ives to investigate Randall's behavior, he announced his resignation at the end of 2017, then declined to comment. Mysteriously, Ives then called Greeno on November 13th and agreed to a face-to-face interview with Greeno. The next day, I received a message from Greeno. He was at the courthouse with Ives and the sheriff. Also there was the grandmother of missing Kokomo woman, Karina McClurkin. When he arrived for the interview, he saw the sheriff, whom he had spoke with, and during his lag time, waiting on Ives, he went to the Carroll County Superior Courtroom and asked the judge for permission to film inside the courtroom for WKAT B-roll footage, and the request was granted.
Do you have anything to say about Dennis? Brad, or no, nothing? No comment. Okay, I'll go talk to him. That's John Randall.
As he was leaving the courtroom, he was approached by a man in a deputy jailer uniform. The man is in fact the lead jailer in Delphi's jail that sits one block over from the courthouse. His name is John Randall, the brother of Dennis Randall. John is also a former police officer in the Flora jurisdiction. John repeatedly asked for his cell phone. WKAT has formally requested the Carroll County officials to obtain video surveillance footage of Greeno's arrest. At the date of this video, there has been no response.
I was arrested and jailed for 36 days on a 30-day sentence for contempt. I believe I was held to prevent me from holding my press conference, which would have taken place the day before I was released. Adam Randall is the son of Dennis Randall, nephew of John, and also related is Michael Randall. Michael was arrested and convicted in Carroll County for a Class B felony, arson. During the November 2016 fire incident, Adam was the Flora fire chief. Right after more public allegations surfaced about his father and my arrest made by Adam's Uncle John, Adam suddenly resigned from his post as the Flora fire chief.
Fire investigator Dennis Randall resigned in June. Flora Fire Chief Adam Randall resigned Tuesday night. Carroll County Prosecutor Rob Ives said last weekend he'll resign at the end of this year to spend more time with his family.
I'm not moving away. I'm going to be right here. I'd always be happy to help.
The president of the NAACP spoke out at a press conference.
And, you know, it smells. Again, we just getting started, but it smells of a cover-up, because how are you going to go and have an investigation for almost a year, and it doesn't appear that we're any further along on this, and now seems to be a silence out there that's been imposed.
Even the notion that there would be even the perception of a cover-up in regards to an investigation involving 4 little girls is not only unsubstantiated, but, ladies and gentlemen, it strikes me at the very core of who I am and the agency that I represent. I hope that one day we can tell you what we know. And I hope one day I can look into the eyes of a person that killed 4 little girls and then explain to you what we knew and when. But criticize me all you want to. I'm not going to do it today.
They call cover-up.
We've heard that all before, haven't we? Oh, you're muted.
It's a cover-up. It's a cover-up.
So, okay. When it comes to this Flora 4 case, why did so many people retire?
That's my point here. Okay. Why would the fire investigator lie? First off, why would he lie and say, we brought in canines and nobody did this on purpose. It was an accident.
Right. There was no accelerants.
But come to find out, someone else did an investigation and says, you know what, man, it was impossible not to notice this.
Right. So why did he try to cover it up right off the bat and say no accelerants? It was just an accident, when we know he knew there was accelerants.
He knew. Dennis Randall is the former sheriff, everybody. He was the sheriff for years before Lesenby, and before another sheriff called Tony Burns. It was Dennis Randall. So throughout the 90s is Randall era, early 2000s. Now, Randall, this isn't the first time Randall's been caught lying. Randall lied. He's been all over the media multiple times. I'll pull up another segment and we'll show you. I got 2 other clips of Dennis Randall that kind of give you guys a history on him from TikTok, like a 1-minute clip He lied about his daughter being abducted. Okay, the FBI came in. Yes, the FBI came in and did a sweep. I mean, they had the town locked down. Sheriff's daughter is abducted. Oh my gosh. He lied. He lied about it. They found out it was a hoax for publicity purposes. Okay, to get him in front of the camera and be like, "Oh, look, we're doing it," and my daughter's been abducted. It didn't happen. He stole money from the county, used it on his house. His wife is a convicted felon for stealing over $500,000 from the former prosecutor, a dead attorney, his daughter was married to Judge Diener. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a whole weird scenario. So, Judge of Circuit Court doesn't like the Randalls.
So why did the NCAP, I mean, they were involved.
Yep.
Why haven't they continued to be involved?
I'm not sure. That would be a good question. Why can't they keep getting involved? Why don't they get out there with more press conferences? Barbara Bowling Williams, she is a good woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why the push isn't out there. I mean, because if we saw just a second ago in that press conference, she came out and said something about it. And Doug Carter immediately comes out in the same day, in the same building, in his office upstairs, and says, even the notion that this is a cover up is not true, blah, blah, blah. But it kind of looks like it. I mean, you got the prosecutor quit, the fire marshal quit, and the fire chief quit, all of them. And none of them want to talk to the media. And they only quit after people said, "Excuse me, sir, why did you lie? I'm out." That's what I'm out of here. I'm not answering that.
So then those documents were given to Doug Carter, and all of a sudden ISP takes over the case?
ISP is the lead investigating agency.
Okay. And they don't ever tell us crap.
No, they won't tell us anything. Oh, we're still working on the case, guys. That's exactly what they'll say. We're working hard on this case. But they're not. So let me
okay, one thing I do want to ask you before you put up the next clip.
Sorry, go ahead.
Why do you think they are holding the 911 tapes? Is there something on those tapes that could be evidentiary and that's why they're not releasing them? Or is there something on there they don't want us to hear whatsoever? Because there was a court order that they were supposed to release them. And they still haven't.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. The only thing I can think of is there's something that's said by someone that works there that they don't want out, because what else would be seen there? I mean, we see the dash cam video, right? We see the cops running around frantically trying to get in and out of the house. We see other people. We see Galen walking around at times. We see him at the fire department telling them, "Let's go, guys. We got to go, man." Okay. Right. He made it to the house, in the house, out of the house, back to the fire department, and then back to the house before the fire even got there. The fire department. They're a block away, everybody. A block. They could have ran across the street with a hose that was long enough to reach it. They could have, literally. I don't understand. I don't understand why it got to this point. They have to be hiding something, Marv. The officials.
That's the only thing I can think of. Does not make sense whatsoever.
It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so here we are. Check out these. So this is Inmates became increasingly malnourished while incarcerated in the Carroll County Jail. An investigation into this found that Sheriff Dennis Randall was starving the inmates. In Indiana and most states, sheriffs are granted county funds in order to provide food for the inmates. But state law prohibits sheriffs from making a profit on any extra funds left over at the end of the month. County counsel advised Randall that profiting off of the food money is illegal. Randall responded with, "I don't profit from county funds. Any money left over, I keep." That is considered making a profit, council members exclaimed. It was determined that Randall was profiting thousands of dollars a month and was using those funds to conduct remodeling on his home. The county offered Randall $66,000 to relinquish the responsibility of providing meals to county jail detainees. Randall rejected the offer and proposed a salary of $72,500 for 2006. He had 1 year left to serve Carroll County as sheriff. $66,000 is 2/3 of the state-mandated full-time salary of a prosecutor in a county the size of Carroll. The council members also said, according to the Association of Indiana Counties, the sheriff must be in agreement to surrender control of jail meals. In this situation, Randall was not in agreement.
Why would you continue to have somebody in power like that when he was busted right off the bat for that? Why wasn't he just run out of town to begin with?
We call Randalls the untouchables around here.
Why?
Well, they're the people that it doesn't matter what they're above the law. They are the law here. They're the law. Well, they were. Okay. Since then they're out and there's other people in. But it's all their friends. Lesenby worked for Randall for 30 years. Can't tell me they're not friends. Prosecutors worked with Randall. McClelland has been around his whole life. Okay, he's not new to the game. He was around before Ives left. He was an attorney, and he's from Carroll County. His dad was convicted of arson. The prosecutor's dad was a convicted arsonist.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy.
Everything circles around, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Charles McClelland, a convicted arsonist. The prosecutor's dad, everybody.
Well.
Doesn't it take you, just make you think, like, real hard, like, could it really be that deep?
No wonder why people think these two cases are connected.
I could see it. I could see why people think that. So what do we got going on? Do we have any new pictures coming in?
I got one here. Oh, this is gorgeous. Hang on. It's a black and white.
Oh, wow, I see that. Dude, I wish I was there.
I know, it's killing me.
I know, it's bothering me. I'm like, dude, I could be so making a cool video for this family right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's okay, everybody. We've got other people that are there. I will snag their footage. Look at that. There it is.
That's beautiful.
I like that shirt. Flora Angel. 4 angels.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? 4 angels?
4 angels, yeah.
That's a pretty powerful picture right there. And nobody would understand what that means. That picture right there, unless you've been there. That's the house. He's standing where they were. That would be the front of the house right there, everybody. Where the stairs were, is where that person is standing. Just to the left would have been the stairs.
And why in the world did they leave it like that with the bricks and the big concrete? And
it would have been so simple to just bury it. Bury the bricks, bury the concrete, make it look nice, throw some sod on the yard. Let's make it look like there wasn't a fire there.
You had to have the house down. You wanted that house down so bad, but yet
let's just make a pile of rubble on the corner.
You're desecrating the site where 4 young girls lost their lives by leaving crap in the yard like that.
Their response would be like, well, there's a bench right over there. You know?
It doesn't matter. That is the exact spot they lost their lives.
Yep. 4. Under the age of 12. 4 of them. 5, 7, 9, and 11.
I just, that picture says so much right there, Anthony. Like you said, that is the most profound statement I've ever seen. Not ever seen, but I've seen in a case. And if I didn't know what this case was about and I saw this picture, I'd be asking questions.
Yeah.
And that came from Joe from Stories from the Stone. We appreciate that so much.
Joe, thank you. That's a really good picture, man.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, Joe.
He is fantastic.
Indie Archive had something on here.
Indie Archive's another one.
Yeah.
They both do fantastic work. Same players in both. Jess Deb said, yeah, there is.
There are.
And it just keeps circling around and circling around. And
so, in the dash cam video, you watch the dash cam video?
I did watch it.
Okay. How many people in the chat have watched the dash cam video and kind of understand what's going on there? So this wasn't released for years, the dash cam video.
Yeah, this was just last year.
Last year they released the dash cam video of Drew Yoders showing up on scene. He's a sheriff, the deputy sheriff, and Josh Dysinger is a Flora police. And so I know them both. They're both very close to my age, actually. But those are the two cops that got on scene first. And you hear them going in the house, the coughing, the smoke, that you can see the smoke at several points during the video.
Well, you see the smoke, you see where the flames are at the time and everything.
Everything, because he's driving around. He drives around in it, and you can see the house when he pulls up to it. It's like, whoa. And she's screaming. He's like, where are the kids? Upstairs? And when you look at it, you can't really get, from what I saw, you can't get there. You couldn't get upstairs from the way that house was burning at the time.
Not unless you had the protective gear on.
Yeah, and you'd still be in question at that point. You know what I mean?
I mean, they did get up there and get the girls out, but it was too late to save them.
Too late. Yeah. Which is very sad. That would, oh man, can you imagine that? I couldn't imagine what she'd going through just seeing that.
No. I can't imagine what any of them went through seeing that.
No. The whole community was standing there by the end of the night.
I know.
You know? Oh, it's so sad. I feel so bad. But the media is all over it too. You know, I've seen some videos when I was downloading some videos for some clips and news articles and stuff. The media last year was like, why won't the police talk about this? What's the deal here?
The media waits till like the anniversary and stuff.
They don't do it all the time.
I know, and I know that's what they do, but in order to keep hounding them to do something, we all need to keep this going, not just on the anniversary.
Right. Not just on the anniversary. You got to keep it out there in public, just like Delphi is. Every day it's something out there about Delphi.
Right.
In tune with this case as much. And so I would encourage the people that out there cover Delphi, incorporate Flora into this. Talk about it. Talk about how there's so much publicity in here, but there's not over here. You know, kind of bring them together because it's the same people involved. You know,
and we're going to have to start hitting up ISP for updates on this case.
Tomorrow is going to be. I think that I'm going to ask him for a comment tomorrow, a video comment. I'm going to reach out to the police, see if they can do that. Actually, you know what? I'll send an email today and say that way they got it first thing in the morning when they get there.
Right.
You know, someone, will you please make a comment on the Flora fire case? And I bet tomorrow, we get a Indiana State Police press release in email that says some sort of update. If that's all they do, I'll be upset. If they just send out a letter saying, oh, we're still working on the investigation and we want people to call in tips.
Oh, I'll be mad.
Yeah, I'll be like, well, you did that with Delphi, but you already had the tip. So maybe you guys should go back and sift through those again. 7 years later.
We want some answers. We want to know what's happening with the investigation. Are they still investigating it? They say they are, but how do we know they truly are investigating it when they're not giving any updates?
Show us some stuff. Show us some updates. What do you got going on? there's a sheriff in Michigan, Marv, named Chris Swanson, and I covered a brief on him. But this dude, he's out there. I did a couple videos. He's searching for a missing woman named Kelly McWhorter right now. It's an interesting case if you want to cover it. She's missing.
Okay.
They presume that she's been murdered by her husband. He when they caught up to him, she could be anywhere from Michigan to Ohio. They're searching, but this guy holds nothing back. He gets out there and he says, "Listen, everybody, we found this dude. He did this, but we found a shovel, some blood in the back of the truck, and this is what we got. You know, we got a tip that said this," and he brings it out to you and says, "This is what we're working with, everybody. This is where we're at in the investigation." They don't do that around there in Delphi, Carroll County. They're like, "Nope, we're not telling you anything. You don't need to know anything. It'll compromise it." Be more transparent. You know, the police want help. They need to be more transparent.
Hi, Donnie. Welcome back. Glad you made it to Flora today.
Donnie, what's up?
Oh, hang on. Somebody's knocking on the door.
Go ahead. Donnie, do you want to call in? Donnie, can you call in and let us know what kind of how your day went in Flora? Donnie, if you'd like to call in, Donnie, I can drop you a link. If you'd like to, give us a call. You didn't got to be on video if you don't want. It gives you an option right there. And let us know kind of what you thought about your day. Sure. Okay. Marv, do you care if Donnie comes in and lets us know?
Yeah, we want to hear what everybody's thoughts were today.
There you go, Donnie. Click that link. Click that link, and then it'll give you an option to like either use your camera or not use your camera on your phone. So if you don't want to use your camera, that's fine. Just don't select the camera. But then again, I can keep you off the screen too, where Marv and I are still on the screen and you'll just be in the background. Everybody will be able to hear you. But we'd like to hear your thoughts. I don't think I've ever met Donnie. But have you met Donnie?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't believe so.
Well, it's always good. I'm curious to see how Donnie heard about it.
Yeah.
How, where Donnie's relatively from. It can't be that far away, but it's I'm always interested in that. How did people find this? Why, because there's a lot of people that watch, but they'll never comment.
Right.
It
sounds like there were a good number, like half and half of YouTube creators and community, whether you're a YouTuber or subscribers. So it's awesome that they can all share their they can share their thoughts on what happened today. And we heard from Rick and Jinx and Frosty, and now to hear from a subscriber or viewer, that would be awesome.
It would. That'd be really cool. What's Randy doing? How come Randy hasn't jumped on here?
I don't know.
Randy, grab it. You know what? I'm going to reach out to Randy. Hey, Randy.
He's the first one that made a comment in the stream.
Randy. All right, we're going to ask him.
I see you all there, he says.
Call into... All right. So I asked Randy. Hopefully he there we go. Hopefully he gets back with us and lets us know something.
He might be driving home too, but
no, that's true. Yeah, he might be driving home. He shouldn't live too far. Hey, just Deb.
I gotta figure. Do you know how Rick does it to where they can call a phone number?
He set it up with a different app. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he downloaded a whole different app to where people can call it and they call him with a phone number. Yeah, I don't know. I don't post my phone number publicly, Donnie. So it's like, if I had a phone that would just be used for this, I would do that.
Well, that's what he did. He set up a number.
Yeah, Rick
Other
did.
than his phone number.
Yeah, he has
Through
like
an
a
app.
fake.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I do get a phone number. I don't know if I have a.
Because a lot of people have issues with this link and trying to get in.
Because I know. A lot of they don't. It's a little confusing at first when you first try to get on it. I don't know.
Because when I did Jamie Jo Tate, Jamie's mom had issues too, and I'm like, what the heck? But
yeah, I don't have a texting or an app that you can call, Donnie. Yeah, I don't have an app.
So you gotta click on the link, and then when it pops up, there's 3 dots in the top right hand corner that you have to click on. And what do they choose? I can't remember. They have to choose
Their Google account.
How they want account.
Where they want to enter, Facebook or Google, how you want to join. And then it asks you if you approve your microphone and phone or camera. You got to say yes to one of them, at least, the microphone, at least.
All right, I'll be right. Oh, no, I think she went in the bathroom. I was going to say, I'll be right back. I'm going to say hello to my sister-in-law who was coming in, but I can't just this minute.
Okay. So there are groups on Facebook associated with Flora. Everybody, so like if you're interested in those, there are, just look up Flora Fire on Facebook. You guys will find some groups. Oh wow, check this out.
Yeah.
There's the fire, Flora Monroe Town. Yep, there it is, the fire department.
They said they were going to hang these up today around the neighborhood.
That's good. You know what? I bet those will be on the news tomorrow.
I hope so.
I bet they will. I bet they'll be out there filming those things. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure the news goes out there and films that, because I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them tomorrow and be like, you know what? I want you to do this. And you know what? I'm going to throw them out there to, I'm going to give them Randy's phone number too.
Yeah.
Because I think that if they saw what was going on here today and the media wasn't there, they should at least let people in the public know that there are people in the public that are doing something, and that would encourage them to join the movement.
Right. Send a link again.
Yeah, I'm dropping it right there for you, buddy. That one right there.
All right, I'm going to let you handle this for a few minutes just so I can go say hi, because I know she's not going to be here that long, and get my hug, and I'll be back.
All right, I'll be here.
All right.
Okay. All right, everybody. So I'm here, and I will take you guys onto. Let me show you guys something. So we're going to go ahead and check out a video here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, everybody. This is going to be something interesting that I know a lot of you guys haven't seen this. Some of you have. A lot of you haven't. But we're going to take a look at the Flora Fire dash cam video. Before we jump back over there, it looks like Donnie's here.
Yes, I'm here, buddy.
What's going on, man? Tell me what's going on. So Donnie, are you from the area?
Yes, I live in Bunker Hill.
Bunker Hill, okay. So over by Peru. Okay. How did you hear about this? Are you a follower of Randy's or somebody's?
I follow Rick pretty heavy and follow a few others.
Okay. So is this your first time to Flora?
No, I've been through there a lot. I used to work in Lebanon.
Okay. So kind of what inspired you to kind of come out and support the event today?
Well, the main reason is because all the corruption that goes around with Carroll County. That's the biggest thing of all is the corruption. The corruption is what's just, it's intolerable.
It is, and it's good to see other people coming from other places to help support that, man. What was the vibe like today? I mean, was everybody in happy spirits? Was there a sadness?
It was a very good, friendly vibe. I got to meet Rick and Jinx and a few others, and like I said, it was a very friendly vibe.
Awesome, man. So everybody has dispersed since then, or since now, right?
Yeah. A few of them went to Delphi to eat, and I just went ahead and come home.
Okay, man. Wow. So, was there any speeches given by the family or anything like that?
Yes, there was one lady that gave a speech when we was at the house where the house used to be. She gave a little speech there for the kids, and like I said, it was touching.
Wow, man. So if there's another walk and this happens again, are you going to be there?
I will do my best to.
That is awesome, man. You know what? Anything else you want to add about the day? Anything that you'd like to say or anything like that?
Well, just tell everybody, hey, we've got to get out there that this corruption in Carroll County is just off the chain. It is where it shouldn't be. We should be able to trust them, not look down their throats every time they say something and wonder if it's true or not.
Excellent words, Don. Thank you very much, man. Hey, man, I won't keep up all your time, brother. If you can stay if you want, but I appreciate you coming on here and letting us know why you came and why you do what you do today.
Well, like I said, I wanted to meet people with that I follow on YouTube, and help put the word out that the corruption is not where it needs to be.
You're right, and it takes people like you and people like the people that showed up today to bring awareness to that. I appreciate you, man.
Well, I appreciate you too. You put out a lot of good stuff out there, and no matter what it is, we've all got to get along and work together on this whole deal.
You're right. And this is the best way to do it is by having events like that and bringing people together in community like that.
Yep. And remember, Monday, the 27th.
The 27th.
Yep. That's the
deadline.
The ground deal in Indianapolis.
Yep. Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yes. I'm going to try to go. I can't promise that I'll make it, but I'm going to try.
Okay. All right. Keep me posted, man. If you're on my social media or whatever, send me a message and let me know if you're going to be there. Okay.
All right, buddy. I will.
All right, brother. Hey, I appreciate you stopping in, man.
All right, buddy. I will. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you, Don, for calling in, letting us know, what you thought, what you saw today, man. We greatly appreciate it. So I'm filling in for Marv, everybody. If you're joining in, I'm filling in for Marv. She's saying goodbye to a family member real quick. We're talking about the Flora fire case. Today, there was a memorial walk held by Randy Gravitt in Flora where several individuals came, about 30 people, it seems like. Delphi creators, Rick Snee, Joe from Stories from the Stone, Jinx, Kathy Clendenning, the family members of the 4 victims were there, and other community members. So right now what we're taking a look at is the video from the dash cam footage of that night. So a warning, what you see may be disturbing and not suitable for all viewers. So please view with I think you're muted, Marv.
Oh, I am.
Okay.
Okay, so I have somebody was asking about the speech.
Oh yeah, I asked, did anyone record the speech? So I asked Donnie if there was a speech given. He said yes, there was a speech given.
I think I got it here.
Yes.
This is off of Randy's Facebook page.
No sound on this end.
All right. Hang on. I'm going to share again. I think I shared without sound.
Yeah, I know. I do that too.
It's hard to hear, so I've got it cranked up as loud as I can.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Janelle Phillips, 9 years old. Kiara Danielle McDonald, 7 years old. And Keone Precious-Well, 5 years old, lost their life here. I'm going to read a poem called Angels in Heaven. There's this very special place beyond the skies above, somewhere very peaceful, that is full of light and love. That special place is heaven, where you're free to laugh and roam. It was your time to go there, so the angels took you home. And though you're in our thoughts each single day throughout the year, a special time like Christmas, we all wish you could be here. Now you're in a better place. Your souls are laid to rest, safe with all the angels, for they only take the best. They took the best. They took these 4 little girls. We're here today to fight for justice for these girls. On the 21st, it will be 7 years. 7 long years. All we ask is that the police, someone, please, find justice for these little girls so that we can all have some peace. I just want to thank you guys.
She just said it's hard to come back.
Nobody want to talk to us about it. They want to hide and run. God knows and sees everything. And whoever did it, they gonna get God. One way or another. And I'm gonna just say a prayer. Thank God for all of you coming out. Just to show that you care. It's more than I've seen in a few years. And it's sad. It hurts. Just because you don't see her family or see her doesn't mean that we're not hurting and we're not fighting. Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for all the people that have shown up to support us. I thank you that you have given me traveling mercies to get us, Lord. I thank you for Kathy that continues to fight when nobody wants to fight. She's been there, Lord, for me and my family. Keep us above that. Lord, I thank you that you're going to look over everybody as they leave this place. Make sure that they get home safe. And I pray, Lord, that justice will be served. You know, Lord, and you know, Lord, what has all happened here. You know, but we don't know. We know that whatever the plan is that you have for the justice for these young ladies will be had. And I thank you. God bless everyone. Amen.
You guys want to let
So thank you to Rod Polo for taping that and putting that on Randy's channel.
I wondered what he tagged me in. I see my tag right there on your screen.
Yep.
Thanks, Rod.
Wow. That's beautiful.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
They've done this once before. Doug Carter actually came.
Great thing, Randy. Great thing to do. I always get to be on that one. Beautiful day.
That's good, Donnie.
So Donnie's from the area. Donnie's from Bunker Hill, which is over by Peru. You know, he's a follower of Rick, Jinx. He follows people associated with this case in Delphi, and he said that he was going to support the community.
So check out the other creators' pages tonight. I'm sure that there will be more videos, and even of that where maybe the sound is a little bit closer. I know it was hard to hear her aunt, but she was just talking about how hard it was to come back, and then she said a prayer for everybody. So, beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful.
and you know
tribute.
what? For anybody that's out there that's a creator or that's going to be going to these events and stuff like that, Jinx and all you people, get one of these. So this is a microphone. So we use them at the March for Justice and everything. This will record everything. You can use it like a stick microphone like this, okay, and talk into it. You can set it right there on the pavement. It will be able to hear everybody around clear as a bell. I would suggest getting one of this. This is called a Tascam DR05.
I have one.
Anybody that wants to go out and record live on scene, this is the thing to do it with. This will help you guys get good recordings and be able to have this footage for them forever. You know, good quality of it. The family members probably appreciate that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. Thank you, Donnie, for coming on and talking to everybody. We appreciate it.
Yeah, for real, Donnie. You don't know what that means to like us, especially me. I'm a community member from the area, so it's like it means a lot to see people come from somewhere else and support.
Exactly.
You know, I met a lot of cool people because of Delphi and Flora.
I've got a lot of good friends now because of Delphi and Flora.
I met Marv because of Delphi.
Yes.
You know, so we met in Delphi at the trail. You know, a lot of people. I've met a lot of people there.
Yep.
And there are people there that I'll see there at these events that I'll never see anywhere else. And, you know, like it's a good thing that the people come from all over the place. It's so surprising that people come from, you know, like you're in Wisconsin and there's people that come from all over the United States to support this. And it's like, wow, dude, my small little communities, like small little county of 20,000 people has got people from all over the world and United States coming.
And that's what I was going to talk about is why do we do these memorial walks? You know, we do them to remember the victims first and foremost. For the Delphi in particular, we take them and we educate people on these walks. They get to see firsthand and have things pointed out and see it in real life. It's different than what we bring you on. We can't bring you the feelings and the emotion and most of what happens there, the conversations that take place on those walks. It's just amazing, you know, and it's an educational purpose for those that are there, learn about the case, the specifics of it, as far as we know, you know, theories. I mean, everything is talked about, but those girls are always remembered.
You're right. Everything is talked about at these events, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine what we're doing right here live, where we're sitting here and we're talking to you and we're talking to each other. Imagine doing that with us in person, but with everyone else. Okay. And we're just talking exactly what you're talking about in the chat, your theories, your questions, your comments, you know, that all comes up there live on location. And it's a group of people all collaborating and no one gets mad. No one gets upset if someone's opinion they don't agree. It's like, wow, you know what? That's a good point, man. I didn't think about that. It's a lot different from online. So you're not going to get scrutinized or anything like that. It's the people that are there for a good reason. It's good to see, you know, but when you go and you're part of this, you will learn something.
Oh,
no matter what you think, you know, you'll learn something, you know, and I learn something every single time.
Exactly.
I took Carly there. So when Carly came to Indiana in the summer, her and her cousin, we were leaving Delphi. We were leaving Delphi, and because I took her to the High Bridge area and stuff like that, and she says, well, where's Flora? I would like to go to that house.
Oh, okay.
And I said, okay, let's go to Flora then. So we went to the house and we stopped and we took some pictures and videos of that area. And I showed him the bench and stuff that was there. Actually, that's exactly where we parked, was at that bench. But for her to see it, for the first time, she's like, wow, it's like, I can't believe, because she watches Evil CJ and like he was talking about it and stuff, he's like wanting to go there, something like that. And she's like, look, I've been there now. Like I can say I've seen this and now I understand it better.
Yeah.
And I love that people from all over the place come to understand and see it. And it really shocked me that she said that to me. I want to go to Flora, because I'm like, wow, most people don't even think of that,
Right.
when they come.
Well, they don't realize it's that close either.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like Donnie said, his girlfriend didn't know a lot about the story either. So she was, learning today with all the knowledge that was there.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. That's a really cool thing. All right. So I'm gonna have to jump out of here. I still got some videos to do on the Flora case. It's hard. I started it late last night and it's going to be difficult to put together.
Yeah. I got to go to, my son's going to be getting done or having to go to work here shortly. So it's my turn to run them. And
all right.
I've got some videos to watch and I'm still working behind the scenes. So.
Okay. If anybody out there's got footage, send it to me at Greeno Radio, please. GreenoRadio@gmail.com.
And all the pictures that were sent to me today, I will put on the community page so that everybody can see them along with Discord and the Facebook group.
Cool. And I'll share it from there.
Yeah. So thank you to all of you who joined us today. We appreciate it. Glad that we got to spend some time with all of you and help support the memorial walk from afar.
Yeah. Thank you. It's our way of being there.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. On that note, I'm Anthony Greeno from True Crime Investigates. I'll see you guys next time. Keep it Southern style, Marv.
All right. I'll see you later.
All right. See you later.
Well, everybody, as I said, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We wanted everybody to have a place to come today to support everybody that was there and the girls. And like I said, thank you so much to Jinx for dropping in, Frosty for dropping in, Rick from Delphi After Dark dropped in, gave his perspective. Donnie, thank you for calling in. Sorry, there was some in the beginning where it was hard to get in. Glad you made it. And just all of you for being here. And over the next few days, just remember these girls. Remember them. Post about them. Share any of the streams and things that are going on with these girls. We need to get their story out there more. And we need to bring awareness so that we can get justice for these 4 beautiful girls. So I just want to share one last time. The reason we're here today. And I want to thank everybody that was at the walk today. Absolutely. But we're here for these girls. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I'll be seeing you soon. Have a good day. Bye.